First, you enter a green oasis where date palms cover ancient water channels and cool streams still feed farms. Beyond that shade, grey mountains guard Bronze Age beehive tombs which are the silent proof of settlement 5,000 years old. At the desert edge, red dunes climb like walls under brutal sunlight, then fall into the empty quarter's vast interior. On a northern lagoon, oysters grow beside mangroves, reviving pearlcraft once tied to dangerous free diving. In Abu Dhabi's desert, bed-in coffee, dates and camel meat show the traditional hospitality under the fierce heat. Then drums rise, bamboo canes move together, and the Ali Yala ritual carries old battlefield memory into solemn public celebration with grace. Oil, seaports, and a modern vision have transformed the United Arab Emirates into a Gulf power. But it's the hidden aspects of traditional life that the news and other documentaries almost never reveals. Come with us and let our journey through United Arab Emirates begins among the palms of Al Ain. Allah begins long before oil changed the United Arab Emirates forever. You are in eastern Abu Dhabi near Oman, where the city grew around springs, farms and caravan routes. This is the UAE's first UNESCO World Heritage Area, with oases, forts, tombs and mud brick memory gathered together. The streets feel calmer than the coast. Low walls, shaded lanes and restored houses keep the old scale alive. Date palms dominate the view. Their crowns close above the paths, and the heat drops under the green roof. You hear water before you see it. Small channels cross the soil, passing between trunks, roots, and narrow farm plots. Alan Oasis carries the oldest pulse of the city. The Fage irrigation channels bring groundwater through narrow routes, then divide it across working farms. You walk beneath thousands of palms while mango, banana, fig and cedar trees fill the shade. The sound stays low and constant. For local families, this water system preserves the ancient knowledge, ownership and fairness. Beyond the oasis, Jebel Hafet mountain rises in dry grey rock above the plain. At its foot, ancient stone tombs mark the presence of Bronze Age ancient community. These beehive tombs date back about 5,000 years. Early people buried their dead beside trade routes and mountain water sources. You see no ornamented palace here. You see endurance, family memory, and the first settlement reaching into harsh ground. Religion gives Al Ain its unique daily rhythm. Mosques' bells call through neighbourhoods where markets, farms and family compounds remain closely connected. Emirati culture here feels intimate. Hospitality begins with coffee, dates and quiet respect for the guest. Ayla represents the origin of the United Arab Emirates. It shows how life began before towers, highways and petroleum wealth. Authorities protect the oases, restore forts, manage archaeological sites and keep traditional farming visible to visitors. And from these ancient palms, our journey moves toward the harsher silence of Liwa Desert. You are standing beside the desert which is called Empty Quarter, the largest continuous sand desert on Earth. Vast dunes stretch across the horizon. There are no roads, towers or permanent rivers. The silence feels enormous here. The desert was born from ancient seabeds, dried lakes, broken rock and river sediment carried across Arabia for thousands of years. Strong desert winds gathered those grains slowly, pushing them into massive dunes that continue moving even today. Then you reach Marie Dune. The wall of sand climbs more than 300 meters into the burning sky. From below, it looks impossibly steep. The engines of off-road vehicles struggle against the loose surface, while spectators watch from distant ridges. During sunset, the dune turns deep copper red beneath drifting shadows. The scale overwhelms everything around you. Far beyond Mibrub Alkali expands into pure wilderness. Dunes roll across the desert in every direction, divided by pale gravel plains and dry salt flats. Heat rises from the ground in trembling waves. At noon, the horizon begins to distort under the pressure of light and temperature. Yet life survives here with astonishing duration. The Arabian oryx crosses the dunes with white fur reflecting sunlight away from its body. It can survive long periods with almost no water. Its sharp horns stand against the desert like carved ivory. The Arabian sand gazelle moves faster and lighter. You may glimpse it at dawn. They feed briefly before the heat becomes dangerous. Every movement conserves energy. Then night arrives, and the Arabian red fox emerges quietly between the dunes. Large ears release body heat into the cold desert air, while hunting insects and small reptiles beneath moonlight. Its paws leave narrow trails across untouched sand. For local Bedouin communities, Liwa represents endurance, survival, and freedom beneath an unforgiving sky. Families still gather here during desert festivals, camel races, and seasonal traditions connected to their ancestors. Amidst the desert sun, Bedouin cuisine is simple yet practical. A meal here often begins with Arabic. Coffee poured in small cups and scented with cardamom. Its bitterness wakes the senses while fresh dates bring quick sweetness and energy. Grilled camel meat carries the memory of nomadic life. When the camel was transport, wealth, milk, and meat, rice dishes, flatbread, goat, lamb, and simple spices also appear around the fire. The flavors are not complicated, yet they feel honest, warm, and direct. Abu Dhabi rises from the Persian Gulf with glass towers, white bridges, artificial islands, and endless coastal highways. You move through the luxury financial districts beside turquoise water, the polished marinas filled with enormous yachts. Palm-lined boulevards cut across the capital beneath intense desert sunlight. At night, reflections of the electric lights cover the skyline in silver and gold colors. But few people know that Abu Dhabi was once a small coastal settlement beside shallow water and scattered date groves. The Bani Yas tribe settled here after discovering fresh water beneath the island during the 18th century. Fishing, pearl diving, and traditional trade sustained the early community through difficult decades of heat and uncertainty. Oil transformed the city during the 20th century, but older rhythms still survive beneath the concrete, glass, and wealth surrounding the coastline today. Then you arrive at Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque. This is one of the largest cathedrals in the world, built with rare quartz stone and decorated with real gold. White quartz. Stone spreads beneath the sun with extraordinary brightness. Domes rise above vast courtyards, while long reflecting pools mirror every arch and column. Inside, crystal chandeliers hang over one of the largest hand-woven carpets on earth. Floral stonework covers the walls in delicate detail inspired by Islamic artistry across Persia, Morocco, and Mughal India. The atmosphere feels calm, clears throat, despite the immense scale surrounding you. Visitors walk quietly across polished floors while prayer echoes softly beneath the domes. For many Emiratis, This mosque represents spiritual continuity beside rapid modernization.